Hope you all had a great Mother's Day. If you're in an area where Mother's Day was this past weekend, I'm actually recording this on Mother's Day, trying to squeeze in an episode before I get my day started. I love Mother's Day weekend because it's usually so nice and low key. Russ always tries to make it super special, but he also knows I'm low maintenance and I don't like him spending a lot of money on me unless it's something that I really want and could really benefit the whole family. He planned a fun night last night. We went down to the shore, had a nice dinner, and the plan was to go to the beach to see a sunset, but the weather had other plans. We attempted to go to the beach, but it was just too windy and a little too cold, so we hung out by a field by the beach, played a little family football game, and then today I get to plant my flowers that I bought yesterday with my mama. It's pouring outside, so if I could at least get my planters done today, I'll be very happy. In honor of Mother's Day, we're sticking with the mama theme this month, and today we're talking about how to be the fun mom. As working moms, we are always so busy, and it's hard to stop what we're doing to take the time to just play with our kids or do something fun one-on-one with our kids. So today I'm sharing my tips on what I'm doing to be more intentional, to be the mom that I want to be, and adding fun mom to that list. But first, I want to share my Mother's Day freebie gift with you. It's a tech timeout guide for moms where I share 14 ways to spend less time on your cell phones. It's practical strategies to reduce screen time and really create that space for what truly matters. Being a more present mom, a more present wife, and just more present in life. So check out the show notes to grab your free guide today. And what's also going down this week is Mom Wife Career Life is turning 1, and it's episode 95, which means we're 5 episodes away from our 100th episode. So this mom has a lot of celebrating to do, and I would love it if you could help me celebrate by scrolling down, hitting those 5 stars, giving me that rating. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, if you could take a minute to just leave me a written review. Your ratings helps my show grow, and my goal this year is to reach as many mamas as I can. Are you feeling overwhelmed trying to juggle all the many hats you wear as a working mom? Do you want more quality time with your family without distraction of work? With time alone to take care of yourself and your needs? Welcome to Mom Wife Career Life. I'm Carrie, a wife, mom of 3, and a recovering perfectionist. In this podcast, I will teach you how to create balance in your life by implementing healthy habits, organizing your home and your schedule, being intentional with your time and in your relationships, and most importantly, how to start putting your needs first because no one can pour from an empty cup. Grab that second cup of coffee, or if you're anything like me, your third. It's time to dive into today's episode of Mom Wife Career Life. Do you consider yourself a fun mom? I thought I was, but Michael told me recently that daddy is the fun one and mommy, or mum, as he likes to call me, is the one that always says no. And it really made me reflect on what I could be differently or what I could have done differently. And it's hard being working moms. We have to work, but we still have to do all the things. And Russ is a really hands-on dad, but I'm the one that manages the house, the schedules, the appointments, buys all the things that need buying, stays on top of the schoolwork. I love that little Mother's Day cartoon meme that says, "Mom, we've hired a few people to fill in for you while you relax on Mother's Day." And it has all the different people we are to our kids: the teacher, the nurse, the chef, the maid, the taxi driver, the clown. I guess that one's for entertainment. The fortune teller, which makes me laugh. I guess that one is for when our kids ask us where something is that they obviously put somewhere and now can't find, and they just expect us to have a crystal ball and know where they are. But that image sums it up. We wear all those hats, which all take time out of our day. And to wear all those hats sometimes means that we either just don't have time or we're trying to keep things in order, which is not always viewed as fun. But Michael saying that made me take a step back to really think about how it can be more fun, which is where today's episode comes from. Today, I'm sharing my tips on ways to be a more fun mom. Number 1, get creative with the kids. Think outside the box and come up with fun and unique activities for kids, whether it's a backyard scavenger hunt, a DIY craft project, or a theme movie night. Let your imagination run wild. Or if your brain is fried from work all day, which it probably is, do a quick Google search or Pinterest search. There are plenty of mom bloggers out there that have thought of literally everything. Some fun, easy things you can do with your kids are minute to win it games, have a Lego building contest. We used to love playing restaurant with the kids. We would set up the coffee table as our restaurant, and one kid would be the waitress, one kid would make the dinner, one would make the dessert, all with play food. We actually just gave away our play kitchen like 2 years ago, And they won't admit it, but their friends would come over, even as teenagers, and they would all play with the kitchen. It just brought out the little kid in everyone, even us. Number 2, embrace spontaneity. And I love this one. Surprise your kids with spontaneous adventures or activities. It could be a last-minute trip to the park, an impromptu picnic in the backyard, or even a spontaneous dance party in the living room. I used to do that all the time when my girls were younger. Thank you, Taylor Swift. I wish I was better with this these days. I did surprise them with going to see the Rockettes this past Christmas. They got to play hooky, and we went to the city with my mom too. I love the Rockettes and would go see them every year. I ended up getting the tickets on like a really great discount, and they were the best seats that we've ever had. They were in the audience, so we got to be where the snow falls down. The Santas came out and gave Michael a high five. But it doesn't have to be anything that elaborate, just surprising them with something fun and different, especially if they're little. The older they get, it is harder to find some things that they all love to do, but I know I can't go wrong with a trip to New York City. Even just taking the train is such an adventure for them. Number 3, be silly. Don't be afraid to let loose and just be silly with your kids. Make goofy faces, tell silly jokes, break out in a dance or a song, which I do all the time. I've told my kids since they could speak that you should never be embarrassed around your family. If you can't be silly around your family, then who can you be silly around? Throw on some music and just dance, and the sillier you dance, the better. Laughter is contagious, and sharing those silly moments with your kids will really help them loosen up. Plus, it's a really great way for your nervous system to get all that energy out of your body. So, win-win. Number 4, encourage playtime. Join in on your kids' playtime and let that inner child out to play. Whether it's building forts, playing dress up, or having a tea party, getting down to their level and engaging in imaginative play will put the biggest smile on their faces. And I'm pretty sure all kids love forts. My kids were obsessed with them when they were little, and I bet if I started making a fort randomly one day, they would be all in. At least Michael would be, but I'm pretty sure the girls would be all about it too. But we would make forts and then take our flashlights and read stories in the forts. Those are some of my best memories. Our go-to these days is playing basketball. I can get all the kids outside to play a game of horse, which this mama actually sometimes wins. Number 5, let them get dirty. I'm giving a huge shout out to my sister-in-law for this one. She is all about letting my nephew get dirty. She lets him play in the dirt, in the mud, if it's raining. Her and my brother bring him outside to just let him splash in puddles. I was not that mom. We splashed in puddles if we were out and about, but I wasn't going outside in the rain to just play in it. I also was not about letting them get dirty to then have to clean them up, and I'm really kicking my younger mom self in the butt for it, and I blame my perfectionism. It's just dirt. It cleans up. And I wonder if I actually encouraged my kids to get dirty when they were younger, if they would be a little different now. So go out and get dirty. Number 6, plan special outings. Set aside some time for special outings or adventures with your kids. This could be a planned trip to the zoo, a visit to a local museum, or checking out some local hiking trails. I shared last week that one of our goals this year is to have a new experience as a family at least once a month this year, and I'm really hoping it continues. American Dream Mall was actually 2 of our experiences so far this year. We did their amusement park one month, and then we did their indoor snow tubing another month. Another month, we took the girls to go see their first concert at Madison Square Garden to see Olivia Rodrigo, and we wish we would have brought Michael that night, but he wasn't that into it. And he ended up having a first experience of his own that night when he broke his toe on the way into a birthday party. So he would have much rather been at MSG that night with us. And this month, our experience was going camping. Your outings do not need to cost a lot of money. There are plenty of free options out there that you could do. I know our local library has free tickets to different museums and different local events, so check out what you can do locally too. Groupon is also a great place to get discounts to local activities, so check them all out. Number 7, say yes more often. Don't be the parent that always says no. Try to say yes to your kids' requests for fun activities wherever you can, whether it's staying up a little later to watch a movie, having a picnic on the living room floor, or just letting them choose the day's activities. Saying yes can make you a hero in their eyes. We usually do a yes day around their birthday where we say yes to things we would normally say no to, and they really haven't taken advantage of this yet. I'm definitely the mom that says no more than I do say yes. I'm the bad cop, and they always usually go to daddy, who usually says yes, but he's getting better at asking them if they've asked me first because it's caused a couple of problems along the road. But enjoy these little moments because they're going to hit an age where all they're going to be asking for is for you to give them a ride somewhere or give them money for Starbucks. So enjoy these activities. Number 8, create traditions. Establishing family traditions just makes the year more exciting. We have traditions around the holidays, around their birthdays, and we've had traditions the past few summers with our vacations, but we're actually breaking those traditions this year. And although I'm ridiculously excited about going to Greece, I'm a little sad to skip our annual vacation to the lake with our friends and our week as a family on the beach. The beach is a big one because that's 7 days straight of sunrises for me, and it's seriously like food for my soul. So that's going to be a hard one when the end of August comes around. But you could have any kind of tradition and start any kind of tradition at any time. Somehow I started the tradition of taking the kids to McDonald's anytime they get a shot or have a rough doctor's appointment. That is one I wish I didn't start. It started with Michael. He begged me to get McDonald's after he got tubes in his ears and I guess anesthesia hangover, and McDonald's didn't mix well because he was lying in my bed. I let him eat it in my bed, which is another huge no-no. And it didn't end well for my blanket. Hindsight, I should have totally known better, especially being that I hate McDonald's and I really don't like them eating it. But I felt so bad for him and he gave me those puppy dog eyes. And he really has the cutest please mama face and knows how to use it. But now that he's getting older, it doesn't work as well. But every once in a while, I still give in. So start those traditions. Don't make it McDonald's and don't give it to them after anesthesia. Number 9, be adventurous. Step outside of your comfort zone and try new things with your kids. I am a big scaredy cat. I'll totally admit it. I'm always afraid that one of the kids is going to get hurt or that I'm going to get hurt. But last year, I made a promise to myself to stop letting my fears hold me back, because I'm not going to say I missed out on so much in life or have any regrets, because I truly believe we are where we are today for a reason. But one of the best memories I have with my family is from when we went to Mexico last year. We went on this cenote excursion, and one of the cenotes ended with jumping off a 20-foot cliff into the water. And I had a terrible fear of heights when I was younger, and I've really come a long way. I also used to have a fear of deep water, not pools, but oceans, rivers, lakes. I blame it on watching the movie White Squall in high school, which is a true story. I ended up writing a paper on it. But anyway, I videotaped all of the kids in Rush jumping off this cliff into the water, and our guide was absolutely amazing. Highly recommend. She was encouraging me to do it, but I was way too afraid. And as we were walking back to the van to leave, I told her how disappointed I was in myself for not doing it, and she somehow convinced me to do it. She stopped the tour, said, "Let's go back. You're doing this." And I don't know where Russ was, but somehow he appeared on the cliff out of nowhere and saw me on top of it and told me that he'd jump in with me, and the kids were recording it. It is just the best video. I am absolutely petrified, and you just hear my kids cheering me on. And I did it. I held my nose while I jumped in, but I did it, and I survived. You may already be the mom that jumps off the cliffs and swims in the water and doesn't have any of those fears already, but I'm sure there is something out there that you have been hesitant to try that your kids would absolutely love you to do with them. So be adventurous. Number 10, be present in the moment. And this is what it all comes down to. Put away those distractions, put away those phones, turn off the TV, turn down the radio, and just be fully present when you're spending time with your kids. Engage in meaningful conversation. Actively listen to their stories, ask questions, share stories of when you were little, and savor every moment together. We're still working through those pass it back and forth journals I got the kids. We don't do them as often as I would like, but we do them. And with Michael, I actually sit there and we go through our answers, and it's a nice little bonding time for us. Putting down those cell phones and getting that time back in your day and being present with your kids is key. So make sure you take advantage of my Tech Time Out for Mom freebies in the show notes. Number 11, celebrate the little things. Find joy in those small moments and celebrate them with enthusiasm. Whether it's a milestone, an achievement, a special accomplishment, or simply making it through a challenging day, because they have them. Take the time to acknowledge and celebrate the little victories they have in their life. It really helps boost their self-esteem, their confidence, and it makes them feel so loved. And at the end of the day, that is what's really important. Well, I hope you found today's episode helpful, and if you did, share it with your mama friend. By incorporating these tips into your parenting style, you can really embrace your inner fun mom and create those memorable experiences for your kids. Just have fun and cherish this time, because the older they get, the faster it goes. For more tips and support, come hang out with us in my Facebook community, Work-Life Balance for Working Moms. The link is in the show notes. Sending you so much love and light until next time on Mom Wife Career Life with Carrie Pat. Before you go, if you found this podcast helpful, I would be so grateful if you would take a minute, go on over to iTunes, and leave me a review. If you have other stressed out mamas in your life that you feel this podcast could help, take a screenshot of this episode, post it in your Instagram stories and tag me, and let them know that they are not alone and they can create balance in their life too. If there's a topic you'd like me to cover or you just want to connect, DM me on Instagram at mom.wife.career.life or come on over and hang out with us in our Facebook community. Sending you so much love and light until next time on Mom Wife Career Life with Carrie Pat.